Okay. In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up the base in Rover station for the Topcon Hyper VR GNSS receiver. So you need a few things for the base station. You need a measuring tape, you need the extension plate, you need the extension bracket over here, GNSS receiver. There will be a safety cap here for the antenna. So here's what you should do. So first start off. So you just put it over here, slide it in for this kind of tri-batch. But if you're using the yellow tri-batch, make sure that you use you use this thing. If you use the yellow tri-batch, you will use this thing to connect it to the screw foot here for the safety. But in this video, I'm going to use the GPS tri-batch here in the company. So once you connect this, you grab in this extension plate. Make sure this thing, there should be a special marking over here, face up right here. If you face it backward, it will be much harder for you to measure up. So let's say that if you measure tape, it's like from the tip here, you want to like align it. So this one will be much easier for you to measure from up and down. So that's what how to use this kind of measuring tape. But if you're using differently, you can use like this, and then you just measure up to line up to here. Literally here, and then you go up somewhere around here, same line, just down there. Okay, good. So grab this thing. So I will use like this. Put the top here, then this thing. Just press it in. Just screw it in. Screw it very tightly. So you hold it carefully. Okay. So now that I have locking in place, just like this. But do not turn on this thing yet because you haven't put the USF antenna here. So what you're going to do is grab the USF antenna right here, open it up, and then the antenna is different for other brand that we use because this thing have a self-locking mechanism. As you can see from here, there will be lower to higher up here. So what you're going to do is you align it carefully. So focus on this thing. There will be a special notch here, so you just align it carefully like this, and then you got focus, and then you go in and you twist it, just twist like that until it locks, and when it's locked, it is secure in place. But if you want to unlock it, just push it down, twist it, and then pull it up. So that's how you put the USF antenna here on the Topcon Hyper VR, very carefully. So you just plug it in, and that's how you do it. Alright, it's time to turn it on. Same as this in Rover, and how you turn it on and set up the antenna. Just here, there will be sequence. I will recommend you just press about 3 seconds or maybe plus, but you have to pay attention where you actually stop pressing the button. So right now, let me press this button here. White, red, and then you let it go. Just until this power button turns green, and then you will start to initializing the software inside the GNSS receiver. So let's set up this base station at our office station. Alright, for the Rover, so it's much simple. Go like this. Grab it, open the cap here. Grab your USF antenna. This over here. So you grab this, open it up. Very quickly. Place it back in. Same as usual. So what you're going to do is align it together. Go like this. Twist it around. Then there will be a pole here, which I already set up partially. So I just grab this up. Yeah, this is how you set up the tablet, depending on the configuration and the model you have. Just for safety reason, if I were you, just lower this thing down. This is a safety pin. Let it down as much as possible, and then you lock it in, and then you put this thing up in here, and then you hold the pole, and you twist this thing very slowly and carefully into this thing once it's secure in place. So you're going to adjust the configuration here to the power system matching you the energy controller. You go up to 2 meters depending on the projection setting that I mentioned in the previous video. So just put it in, go inside, and then put down a bit, and then you lock it in. Same as usual, turn on the power button here, and then there you go. So that's how you turn on the base. Pause. So now that my friend over there is setting up the base station, so usually when you bring this out from the office, you put this to set up the base. So make sure you leave it there about literally 5 minutes for it to completely initialize all the satellite system. Same as Rover as well. So you need to leave it out here for a few minutes, and then once ready, you need to go back to the controller here, and I will show you on how to do the radio configuration setting for base and Rover to ensure that both settings has achieved fixed solution. Now that my friend has been set up this base total station, so this is how you actually do it. So the measurement from this thing, as you can see, is about 1.62 meters. So that's how you to measure it on the base station. So you will put it inside of this controller here. Now that we measured the height, so let's put it on set up the base. So make sure you press connect here, and then select the device type, change as receiver, base station. Press connect to locate the GSS receiver over there. So that serial number is, I believe, is 10990 for this model. So that's the serial number. So give it some time for you to record it. So then if it doesn't appear here, you need to search again. Let it search it up, give it some time. Sometimes the system can be like a bit laggy, so you have to be patient to do this kind of refreshing. And now you see that the serial number 1090 has been appeared. So select this and connect, and then try to connect here. As you can see, the serial over here is trying to connect it until this thing has been fully connected. So once the connection has been set up, so you guys go to setup over here. Go check status first before you start base. So ensure that the projection is okay. For example, if your projection is like about within the range of within 10 meters, you can set up the base. But if it's the out, literally like you set up here on random, it's just literally always out, which means that you have something wrong with your projection. So you have to ensure that your point is like literally near about 5 or 4 meters, somewhere like that. And also you can check your satellite, whether it's available around your area, is it stable or not. So in order to start the base, so here we have the option start base. Then you can see the option here, it says that the start base is ready. So what do I do here is I can just I can like name this thing first. I put this thing as office KBM, and then the code over here, which is this proprietary code. Allow me to show you in the end. Okay, now that I've keyed in the noding, easting, and elevation for the office side here, next is you need to measure the height here, which is settled at 1.62 meters at slant height. So this is a slant, so make sure you press a slant, and then you press start base here to start the base station and the radio configuration. But be aware, it's not you need to pay attention of this terminal board here. So let's say I want to start the TBM point here, so I'll let it start, opening daisy chains, sending radio command. So give it some times. Pause. As you can see down here, it will show you the configuration for the radio. You can change it if you want, but for now I'm going to teach you on the basics. So let it go for the 45 megahertz or 25 kilohertz in here. So select this and then press OK. So let it initialize and start the base. So give it a temporary moment for the system to start the base. And now it's empty, literally empty. And it says base started successfully. Now that your base station has been started, go to the Rover connection, just press yes. And it automatically redirect you to this connection option. Go to press connect. Select the serial number for the which Hyper VR that uses the as a Rover station. So you press over this. Let's say that if the system is not detected, so give it a moment, wait for a few minutes, stop. Now that my system here is detected, which is 10987 as my Rover, select this. No pin required, just literally connect. and then give it a moment for the system to initialize. Just wait a moment, so you don't have to do anything because it will prompt you to Rover connection for the modem of the serial number. So let it stand by a bit, maybe about 30 seconds, and now you get to this modem here. So as usual, just like our other GSS receiver, you need to select your channel at 450 MHz, protocol at 3AS, just like that one as well. FAC-do.stat, and then start radio. Usually by default, when you configuring the project setting, so it will start in the very end. So you have to like change the modem a lot. So yeah, just follow the flow. And it says modem setup successful. Let it be. And then this one depends. Just like I said earlier, tilt functionality is different. Sometimes you have license, sometimes doesn't. For this model, it doesn't have tilt functionality, so I press close. So how do I know whether the GSS receiver is fixed? It's just press setup, go to status, go to position down here. You can see it will say fixed. The base distance over here and the coordinate system has been correctly placed. So that's how you do the setup for the base and Rover station. The end.